Well, not all is red in the market, though we've got way more stocks in the red compared to the stocks in the green. 1:5 is the advanced decline ratio. 430 stocks advancing on my screen versus about 2,100 plus stocks declining, and the gap between the two only widening as the mid-cap index hurtles towards a 1,200-point fall. But Polycab is holding up in the green. It's up nearly 2 to 3% after numbers beat expectations. And that's also helping RR Kabel. Their numbers were strong too, and RR Kabel is higher for the second day in a row. Upasana is here to join in with the numbers.
Well, the numbers were largely in line with our poll estimates. Now, talking about the revenue EBITDA margin, they were in line with our poll, while PAT was much above our poll estimates. Now, company has surpassed its FY25 top-line guidance of 20,000 crore, which it had said that it had guided for FY26. But in Q3, the company revised its guidance to FY25 20,000 crores, and now FY25 revenue stood at 22,408 crore with an uptick of 24% on a YoY basis. Now coming to Q4 numbers, the revenue saw an uptick of 25%, which was largely in line. EBITDA saw an uptick of 35%. EBITDA margin saw an uptick of 110 basis points at 14.7%, which was briefly driven by profitable turnaround of company's FMEG segment and also strong margins of EPC segment of the lower base also aided the margin improve. Now, coming to PAT, it saw an uptick of 33%. Now, company's cables and wires segment saw revenue growth of 22%, which was in line with the street estimates, and margins also largely remained stable. The company continued its strong growth momentum in this, and the FY25 domestic cable and wire market share also increased by 1%, that is around 26 to 27%. FMEG revenue growth strong, as mentioned earlier. It outperformed the industry growth and expectation as fan segment saw robust growth despite the delayed summers. And lastly, EPC reported a revenue growth of 47% on a YoY basis, and margins also increased sharply from 5% to 9%. So all in all, strong set of numbers for Polycab in its Q4 FY25.
All right, Upasana, thank you very much for that. So that is Polycab for you. Look at Bank of